for Soundtrack TV. She here to give you the best. Come and listen, everybody, to Soundtrack TV. We here to give you the best.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Enjoy the show.
Before moving further, I'd like to apologize a little bit because we were having some technical issue. We needed to have sent the link earlier on, but we are here. We are just in time, just something around 16 minutes late, but we'll do our best. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, am I live? Are you getting me? George, are you hearing me? Okay, all right, okay. I think you put mute yourself. But like I was saying, it's a privilege to have each and every one of you here. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen, again, if you are just following us, you are following the Central TV on the Central Communication Network. We are here today on the Saturday Dialogue. The Saturday Debate is all about leadership, and we will be discussing some trending national issue in Liberia. And today in studio, we are playing host to Mr. Chokon George. Chokon George is a popular figure. He's somebody that most people know in Liberia to be the tough talking Chokon George. He once hails from the United Party himself, District Secretary General in District Number 10. And Chokon George also served as National Youth Chairman for the People's Liberation Party. And Chokon has held a lot of positions in this country. As we speak, currently, Mr. George is the National Youth Chairman of the Liberia Inter-Party Youth Council of Liberia. It is the conglomeration of all political parties, and Chokon George is privileged to serve in that position. And we also have George Cooper is here. George has been the manager of Liberty Radio. I'm sure George is still in that position. I'm sure George is still in that position as manager of Liberty Radio. And George also served as operational manager for the DN News Liberia. George is a journalist, a very professional journalist, and he has been in the field for more than a decade. I remember when we were in high school, George was already in the field of journalism. We are just coming in to join George. And as we move forward, we have Winston Quina. Winston Quina is the manager for Silver Voice Liberia, and Winston Quina is also graduate of the Jala University in Sierra Leone, where he studied political science. And as we speak now, Winston Quina is not just a talk show host again, but he added some experience to his credentials, making him a political analyst. And he's also here. But I'm just saying this so the public can know who we will have in studio tonight and what are some of the discussion we'll be discussing tonight. So tonight is a full bomb blast. Don't go away. Don't touch that dial. Don't turn off to go follow different TV stations, because we have intellectuals. We have people who will give you some ideas tonight so that you can be able to move forward. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will pause and give Ambassador Chokon George the opportunity to kindly say a word or two, maybe in an introductory statement, just in a space of 2 minutes. So Chokon, you kindly unmute yourself and just introduce yourself and make your introductory statement. You had to unmute yourself. Yes, you had to unmute yourself. Chokon George, you had to unmute yourself, please. You had to unmute yourself, Chokon. We have 2 minutes to just introduce yourself, and so where you have the I'm like a megaphone. You just have to press it and then you unmute. Okay, yeah, you're live now, Chokon. You're live.
So I think that you guys are getting me now.
Yes, you're live now. You're live now. Go ahead, Chief.
So thank you. Let me say thanks to the platform guests and that of all of you who have made this day a great day for me to appear here. I want to be grateful to the technical team, especially to have an online platform where young people will express themselves and issues of national concerns will be raised. So I want to be grateful. Like Nathan S. Bianga said, my name is Chokon Josh Chokon. I'm the National Youth Chair of the African Liberation League. I'm privileged by my police to serve as the chair of all chairs of the Inter-Party Youth Councils of Liberia, concomitantly with the chair of all chair for the UP Youth Alliance. So I am privileged. Thanks to be with you guys.
Okay, you just heard it from Chokon George himself. He's privileged. That's how leaders speak. He's privileged to serve as national youth chair for all tiers of the inter-party or youth position in Liberia. So we will move to Winston Quinn. And Winston Quinn, I will just give you a little introductory aspect of you. So you have the platform now to introduce yourself to the audience. Maybe I'll let some things out. Yeah,
Uh,
Winston, you have to unmute yourself, please, to introduce yourself in 2 minutes. Winston, are you there? Can you unmute yourself? So I think Winston is having some problem. Josh, we'll move to Josh. When Winston get better, we'll get to Winston. Josh, can you introduce yourself, please, within the space of 2 minutes?
Am I clear now?
Yeah, Winston, you are good now. Yes, please. You were having
All
some
right, all
technical
right.
issues.
Yes, I got you. The introduction was right, and I don't think there's anything much to be added except maybe to just for those who have not heard about me or have not seen me, just to maybe add small thing to what you said. Um, I am actually a political analyst, like he said, and somebody who has I'm a former unity partisan. Whether I'm still or I'm a former, because presently I'm taking a neutral position. That's
Oh,
the position I'm currently taking. I'm a neutral person. And before the discussion start, probably somebody who's listening to this show will want to bring that. Let me bring it out myself. I supported President we had this one election, and I mean, so I still remain neutral, even though officially I did not leave Unity Party, but I declare neutrality. So I say thanks again, my
okay.
brother. I've been
You
here.
just
This
wanted
time my
to.
first time anyway. So this time my first time anyway. I've been on this
Yeah,
platform on several occasions, and I
yeah,
just want
yeah.
to say thanks to the management for always bringing me on.
Yeah, it's a privilege. It's a privilege having you, Winston. So we'll move to Josh. Josh, I think I said it right with you because we've been together for a long time too. But you have the opportunity to introduce yourself. 2 minutes, please. Josh, you have to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, then you speak. We got a lot of things to discuss tonight. Yes, just unmute yourself. Good, very good. Yeah, you are good now.
Okay, so I'm George Cooper, Liberian journalist. Currently, I'm the manager for Liberia TV Online,
Oh wow,
and
congratulations.
yeah, former deputy manager for Operation DN News.
Okay. So thank you very much, Josh, for former deputy manager of DNU. DNU is a very good platform, but we don't want to dive into that because it's something personal. So we don't want to dive into that. So firstly, we'll move to Chokon George because Chokon George Cooper is a journalist by profession. Winston Kuna is a political analyst. We will discuss the George issue. I know it is a training issue now in Liberia. Everybody want to get focus on it. Everybody want to get something to say about it. But specifically, Chokon George, Josh will come in with question to you to know. Winston will also come in. We want to make the platform very interactive. So, Mr. George, you are the youth chair for the Inter Party Youth Congress of Liberia. So, what is it? What really is your function, and why you people have that separate organization to deal with the young people when it comes to the political aspect. What is what is the distinction between other political party youth league, and what is the distinction between you and the other people political party youth league? So, what this inter-party youth council is all about, Mr. George, and how you really got to that position of being chairman? Because some of us we are just hearing it that you. I have been seeing you in the rural counties advocating. You have been with NAMBO, you have been with other private organization or advocacy group, non-political institution. You have been having some mobilization. You have been having some town hall meetings. The last time you called for one press conference, you were like discussing all of the political party. You have the Union Party with you. You have the APO with you. You have the CDC with you. You have the ANC with you, and you also have your own political party, the African Liberation League. So, do you care to tell us what is your function, Mr. Josh?
So yes, let me say thanks again for the platform. Like I said from my intro, so the Inter-Party Youth Councils of the Republic of Liberia, it runs strings to the international community and that of the citizens of the country. But the only big difference is like when some of us were not national youth leaders, and we were privileged to serve in the districts, the community, the districts, and all of the counties. Around the 2016, the Inter-Party Youth Council was established. It was established by regulation from the international community in terms of to mitigate challenges and non-violence, because we all know that political youth leadership are those groups or organs in the political party that politicians normally use to cause instability and that of violence in the country, and purporting themselves that if as if they have won the elections and they were cheated. So because of that, they normally reach the political party to validate elite theory that they won the election, and the young people, when they come and take the presidency or come and take the election, they come and provide opportunity for the young people. So these theories are normally being the corridors and the spectrums of our boiling politics. So if you look at that, young people are always causing instability in this country when it comes to net. They will always say they lost election and they will get on the street. And to be frank, it was on that basis the international community was making some recommendations that the young people should come together. So that was done around the 2016. But around 2016, it was a gentleman agreement where we have up to 6 to 7 political parties. All of the political parties that were recognized by them, they were not participatory of the Inter-Party Youth Council. So it was like a gentleman agreement. So that was there, and some of us were opportune, were privileged to sit in some of the meetings when we were down the line at the county levels. But when we were privileged by our colleagues to serve as the National Youth League, we thought it was the group is very important because we are the group that the politicians can normally use. So we don't want to be a group that will be used on the basis of Amanda Awitu or the militancy, but to provide conscious policies that will drive the countries into the young people becoming the center of decision making. Because if you watch the elections in 2017 and 2023, the statistics says 55% of the voters constitute the young people. It means young people decide to make President Barack president. And in 2017, it was the decisions of the young people to make the former President George Weah to be president. And it's no argument that when people want to become a lawmaker, people want to be a representative or a senator, it requires the formations and the collectiveness of the young people to make them. But they have provided the divine and rule method where they will allow the young people to cause instability. Then they sit to better casa, and and sit around the table with their opponent. They eat some expired chicken and uncontrollable ones. Then they allow the young people to be against one another. So it is constant that we as political youth leaders, we take this into consideration and tell the convention no to that. We need to draft because for the fact we controls the higher majorities of the country, we must influence decision, policy, and the public policy decisions that will be in the interest of the country. So on a note of recent, when even before that, it was around when the Minister of Youth and Sport called all national youth to Belekasa that she wanted to have conversation with them. But then I was representing my party as a national youth chair and ultimately to say and to represent the inter-party youth council. So when she reached there, she shared an idea it would be a good thing when the young people also come together because she heard it in the international community that there exists the inter-party youth council. But by then was gentleman agreement with the lack of OG, lack of Amos Square, lack of Cortes Dolly, all of them. But it was a little bit difficult for them to organize themselves because the Unity Party refuses by them to be led by the CDC. And the CDC refuses by them to be led by the Unity Party. So because of that, they only have up to 5 or 6 political parties in the Inter-Party Youth Council. They couldn't have come to a decisions that they will be able to work together regardless of the political ideologies and the affiliations or differences. But they did not recognize that there is a common challenges that young people face across the country. So from 2016 up to 2017, moving from 2017 up to 2023, from 2023 up to 2024, 2025. So around the 2026, we were given the privilege when we took over, we saw ourselves being macro-managed by the Federation of Liberia Youth, Secretariat. So we thought to confidence the purpose that we are political leaders of this country. Anytime the young leaders of political parties sit together, it is the presence of the political leaders that we constitute the higher majority in every political party. While we will be macro-managed by the Federation of Liberia Youth Secretariat. So we need to have a conversation. So we call all of the comrades to the political party called the MDR, Movement for Reconstruction and Democracy. We had a discussion where we wanted to give out, but the company said because I understand buying solution towards the strengthening of the inter-party means as you preside over the affairs to take mental elections. So there were our privilege by the youth leaders for me to preside over the inter-party youth council. Noticing that there were only 6 or 5 political parties. So I said, no, it's not necessarily like that. We can have up to 43 political parties, then you only see only 5 or 6 political parties on injustice. So we need to call all political parties on board. So based on our workings, we have up to 45 political parties based on the net regulations. So we are council now. We got our article of incorporation. We got our certificate from the LRA. We also get our recognition from foreign affairs. And we also get the sectorial clearance from the Ministry of Youth and Sports. So now the inter-party is not a general, is not an ordinary body, is an institution that abide by the regulations and laws of the country. So our main objective, the missions and vision is to institute political tolerance, unity, and leadership development and provide opportunity, access opportunity that young people in various political parties can benefit from. So that's where we are. And
Okay.
stop here and wait for further questions as we continue this
Okay.
conversation.
Okay.
But let me see this
Okay.
on this
Okay. Check
platform.
on Josh. Okay. That was the voice of Check on Josh. So if you are just joining us, you are listening to the Central Communication Network, Central TV now bringing you live streaming on Facebook. Our YouTube channel is open and all of our platforms are also open. And tonight is the Leadership Dialogue. Our host is Mrs. Veronica Grant. She will join us very shortly to be here as one of our guests for tonight. So my name is Nathan Lesbianca. We'll have Josh Cooper in studio. We'll have Winston Kuna and Chokon Josh. So Winston, Josh, you listening to Chokon Josh because what you were saying, I think for me, I got further question, but we want to hear you asking a second question. You said a conglomeration of political parties trying to come together to ensure that they have some political stability in Liberia. So I don't know. They almost like a non-political institution, but it is it has a political name. So Winston, you are a political analyst. Before moving on to other further issues, other further happenings in Liberia, other major and current events. You want to ask Chokon question because there are some things I have to ask Chokon here tonight. You want to ask him one or two questions before we move forward? You have to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Yes, Conrad. Let me first just say congrats as the head of that institution. And I mean, it is a good idea, but our political culture in Liberia, do you think the culture, when I say political culture in politics, when we say political culture, it simply means the way, the manner and form in which the politics is usually played. I mean, the playbook of politics in that particular country, something that have been practiced from generation to generation. The way people look at politics in that country, the way leaders lead in that country, the way almost most of the political trend, the direction, the path that they normally tread, looking at that, do you think this institution can actually uh, match or can be sustained in our democratic dispensation or honor this democracy in Liberia, honor the kind of democracy we have in Liberia? Do you think this particular institution can be sustained or maintained, looking at the political culture?
So let me say thanks for that questions. I let me say with our political culture, let me conclude by saying yes, it can happen, but it is not easy thing. For every struggle that require the young people participation, uh, there will be the elite policies and the elite theory, and there will be a psychological argument that it can work because Liberia has a long outstanding country politically with what we have been going through in the trench of our politics. It means this can happen, but realistically, it can happen because if you assess the 54 countries in Africa, Liberia is the only country now that is a model towards organizing all political youth leadership under one umbrella. And Liberia also exercised that at the level of the National Executive, at the NEC, the National Election Commission, where they had the RPCC, the Inter-Party Consultative Committee. They had an election where all chairpersons of political parties are involved and sent delegates. In the Wimborne County, they have an elections, and those were elected. The other members from various political party was elected. So me, they tell you that it can happen because the youth league outside of the political party call themselves the Inter-Party Youth Councils of Liberia. The women league outside of the political party call themselves the caucus. It means Liberia is introducing something that is significant that will influence policy and public policy. Like of recent, we undertake a project on the new proposed law by the representative of District Number 2, Bon County, James Colette. And that new laws, there is a power press or a provision that they want Liberian outside of the country, maybe Liberian the diaspora, to vote. And the Congress was to pass that law. But we're based on our engagement. They did not pass the law until they went for the break. We know many of our lawmakers do not go back into the constituents and tell them, say, this is the law. So there are holistic issues of the young people. It only require the youth leaderships of various political parties to be engaged into the process, not only civil society. Because when we begin to get engaged into the process, it means those individuals that were elected on the party ticket will create some level of fear and they want to follow the policies that we can be able to shift. Because we can constitute 55% of the vote, we do not have influence on public policy. So in my low streets, and my seat difficult, and I might admit, a lot of our comrades, there are difficulties with funding, but we succeed bit by bit because we provide the argument to the comrades. Other political parties, when they are in the lead, they will say they don't want to be a part. But trust me, we have managed to allow majority of the political party to sign the article of incorporation along with the article and to reach the level. Since 2016 up to present, up to 2025, 2026, it was difficult for the Congress to unite. But we unite now, and you see, we're going for other conferences and having conversation. So I believe with your support and other stakeholders' support, it will strengthen the Inter-Party Youth Council to not just be institutions of young people that will just sit back, but to provide opportunities. So let me say this, without fear and favor, it will work. And I will tell you, with the establishment of the Inter-Party Youth Council, we will dismantle the old order and allow the young people to not just be used as a campaign message or to pull someone into power, but we sit around the table and provide policy that will strengthen our government systems for the country.
Okay, all right. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
You are right. We hope and pray that at the end of the day, it won't be some political kind like other institutions I would know about. But they always splitting institution, and we hope and pray that you as well here will bring some high level of restriction in terms of policy implementation to make national government instead of supporting one political party at the end of the day, because I know that you people have your own political will, you people have your own political decision to make. But now, Chokon George, moving forward, I hope and pray that we hear one or two things from you, from your angle, maybe a statement concerning the issue of drugs. We hope and pray that we get some statement from you on that at the end of the show. But basically, Winston, we're going to talk on this. Winston, honestly speaking, you saw the executive mansion website today. President Braga ordered immediate investigation in LDE matter. Saturday, August 8th, 2027. 2026.
Mm-hmm.
President Braga is
Yes.
giving President Braga is giving the current judge IOC 48 hours investigation. For me, I believe that yes, it is why it is true that we are fighting judge. I believe he has been somebody too who have been playing some major role in terms of the fight against Josh. I believe that one way or the other, though he is not perfect, he has been one person who have tried to expose, bring to popular ridicule the cartels in our country. So, do you really support President Barga's statement for 8 hours? Do you believe that it is sufficient? This is a director that have already recused himself and he has been open and waiting for investigation. Do you believe that President Braga is on path in terms of the just fight, giving somebody 48 hours? Imagine the 48 hours starts today, and tomorrow is Sunday. So immediately Monday having to be the first working day, I believe that the 48 hour ends on Monday because it is just 2 days. So do you really believe that President Braga is very fair to the current LDA boss, though he had already increased himself and willing to further investigation? Chukwu will get to you on the you are a leader, you got more than 4 or 5 political parties, youth congress under you, so we'll get to you on the but let's hear from Winston.
But first day, let me see. How long did it take Ministry of Justice to conduct investigation with regards to the IG? And they had a press conference in in a twinkling of an eye to tell us that the IG was clear. And this very Ministry of Justice and the IG with all other state security entities that are part of this investigation told us that drug issue is not his. Are you seeing that? Now you told us that drug issue is not, the even government, the spokesperson of the government and other, government officials told us that drug issue is not anything that you can hastily investigate. Then the very government take their time, they drag in investigating other suspects. When it comes to certain individuals, they use 4G. They use 4G in the case of the IG, and now the president himself pronouncing 5G for 5G investigation for the D boss. So you just tell me. That's why I was saying the other day. I said, let's take our time and watch this process. Let's see how it ends before we even start to render praises or before we even start to give glory. I told you from the initial stage, the first time I ever came on this platform, I told you if I were to ask for the help, I mean, for the success of this government, I think the only sources that I've identified at that time when I was speaking, the sources that I identified at that time was the issue of the fight against drugs. Because by which time we have not seen this 3 million cocaine bust, the 19 million cocaine bust, we have not seen it at the time. But we saw the LDA going after users, retailers, and I mean almost all ghettos. They were hunting them out, and we saw that the use of drugs or the proliferation of ghettos is reduced. So we saw that. So based on that, I said they are actually succeeding. But until this boss came in, and we started to learn another lesson that those who are, investigating drugs in the country, most of them are part of a drug cartel. So I came back on the show and told you that I took my word back because giving glory to somebody who is pretentiously fighting drugs at the same time part of a cartel, I don't think we will be doing a public justice. So even though you're chasing people from the street, we're seeing that you're arresting retailers, we're seeing that, but we still see you being part of a cartel that export and import. So we can't give you any because you're not doing us justice at all, and we can't give you credit for that. So I'm just saying that telling us that other suspects should be carefully investigated at the same time pronouncing a 4G investigation for certain suspects because they are all suspects. They are all suspects. Regardless, under the law, if you persons of interest is they are just persons of interest. If you have 10 individuals and you say these people are persons of interest, they are persons of interest, regardless of their status, regardless of their position, regardless of how involved they are. We can't even determine how involved they are until they are investigated. So the man is a person of interest and you say they should investigate him for the 8 hours. Well, let's see how proactive the investigative team will be because I know the very individual who is investigating this guy has been working along with him and they are team members.
No,
So to
wisdom,
tell
wisdom,
him,
wisdom, 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 wisdom. I think the team from America is already here. The America Judge officers are already here, and some I think some high level of security from the states are already here to ensure that they have an independent investigation. So I don't think it is Patrick
yes,
Slough,
I don't know.
not,
Yeah,
not Patrick Slough,
listen,
Greg Common Road interview. No, no, I don't think
I'm
so.
aware of that. I'm aware of that, right? But I don't know if they have started their work. Because for the president to say for the 8 hours, a possible date for the 8 hours may elapse before the international partners can start their official investigation. We don't know if all of them, the various international partners are supposed to be here for the investigation, if they are all present and have started their work already. We don't know. But I'm
Okay.
just saying something. But however it is, for the president to have the courage to have suspended officials who were involved, that is security personnel who were involved with the process regardless of connection. I think a world commendation, it is laudable, and so I must commend him for that. But I believe this government need to go beyond. I always say this, they should go beyond their current effort
At time,
because
man, at
there's still
time.
a lot more that we're hearing, and I believe without just doing more than what they're doing, we will still have because this drug thing, it is deeper than what we ever imagined. Because just think of recent we saw a ship, a mysterious ship, because the ship they say it appear on Liberia show because they have problem and somebody within government wrote letter that they should provide assistance to the ship and all. The ship that have problem, students started to speed beyond limit and a vanished airfield said they can't reach the ship. So all of those things they tell us that the drug issue is beyond expectation, is beyond our imagination, and we need to pray that this president, as he have started, he should push harder than he's pushing to make sure because we can no longer depend on state security. That's why I said the president because he's the only person now we're looking up to for action. Even though state securities are working, but within the very state security, if top security personnel are being linked to the process, top security
Okay.
personnel are being linked to the process. So that's it. And I must commend the president is doing his best.
Okay, all right. Choco will speak for all of the young people. Josh, you are one person. I think Mrs. Green is here, Mommy is here. We will get to her shortly. Josh, you have been one person that have been finding the just issue. To be very honest with you, I saw your post as first before I can even do a story on our own platform. Now, this is what the LDA boss is saying. ORC, He said, today I requested to temporarily recuse myself from the functions of officer in charge of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, while an allegation concerning me is independently investigated. I categorically deny receiving any vehicle gift or benefit from a drug trafficker or anyone acting on behalf of a drug trafficking organization. My decision is not an ambition of honoring. It is an act of institutional responsibility intended to protect the integrity of the investigation, prevent any uh, prevent prevent any precession of interference, and blah 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 blah. No institution can effectively deny accountability from others while appearing unwilling to sustain itself to the same standard. I will cooperate fully with the investigation and remain confident that uh, I am that an interpreter transparency and evidence-based process will establish the truth. The institution must always remain greater than any individual. I saw this when you, George, before even going out there, before even doing my statement. George, you have been following the George issue. Seriously, you saw the DEA statement, and you have been one person that reporting. And just in the space of that 6 hours, then 6 hours ago he posted that. Then 4 hours ago, just in the space of 4 hours, President Bunker is coming out to say for the 8 hour investigation. George, what is happening? What really is happening? Is it because of Martin Colley pressure that the president is giving for the 8 hour? Is it because of the concern raised by other Liberians that the president need to look at Martin Colley cases? Is it because that we really want to eradicate drugs from this country? Is it because that the DEA boss himself is not really sincere and honest with himself? What may be your take on that?
Well, the first of all, President Boga has always says that drugs is a national emergency and it should be battled holistically. Remember, before the government came to power, one of their major campaign promises was targeting drugs. So I think the president is just trying to uh, reinforce what he has said and to show the Liberian people that when he said that he was going to be consistent in his fight against drugs, he was going to do it without compromising. I think that is a sign he's trying to show to the Liberian people that, hey, you can trust me. I stand by my word that Liberia will not be used as a transit point for drugs trafficking. And the president has consistently said that when this drugs issue started with the 19 million that was seized at the Rawa International Airport, the president issued a statement. And he said that no matter your status, no matter your connections, if you are linked to the drugs issue, definitely you will face the full weight of the law. In recent cabinet meeting, the president also reinforced that. So it's not about mounting quality pressure or pressure from the Liberian people. It's about making a commitment and standing by it and making sure that what you said, you can implement it to the letter. That's what the president is trying to demonstrate. And when it comes to the fight against drugs, since President Boga came to power, I think we are seeing a lot of positive steps being taken by the president to fight against drugs. But the president's major challenge is uh, the entity responsible to fight the drugs. Those are goes there. I mean, the integrity of these people in terms of being very professional and neutral to fight the drugs is a problem. Um, before it started with Ibi Kuman, everybody was celebrating because looking at the performance of Ibi Kuman at the Liberian National Police. So everybody was happy when they hear that Ibi Kuman was going to DA. But what happened there? He was being dismissed by the president, and then they brought in what is his name? Christopher Peter. Christopher Peter came in as an interim leadership. He was there, and then later on, he decided to resign. According to him, he had connection with the international community. He wanted to maintain that integrity, and then he left. They brought in a third group.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, that third group again was being removed because, according to uh, the president, these people compromised. They fought against drugs. They were removed from there. This is the fourth group that the president brought, headed by Biago. And to be honest, Biago team, they did well. I want to say they did well because I followed them on most of their operations. I provided media coverage for them. I know what they did. When these guys took over, the amount of ghettos that were in this Monrovia town, it wasn't easy. But they managed to dismantle all the ghettos. There were communities where people could not sleep at night. It took Biago and his team to clear that community today. People can sleep their sound. So I saw on Facebook people are lashing him, people are saying all kinds of things about him. But this is very guy that we were praising here based on his tremendous effort in fighting drugs. Go West Point, Black Jinaya, and other areas, Congotan Barrow, a lot of places that used to be very bad for people at night. There was a time where I went with them on their raiding. We were out in the street up to 2 a.m. Biago and his team was moving from place to place, raiding ghettos, arresting drugs users, arresting them, bringing them to the headquarters. But when he went to the Senate, there were a lot of senators who are confident in this guy. I mean, his last appearance to the Senate, the senator was saying that the next time you come here, you will not come here again acting ORC. We're going to talk to the president, make sure that the president appoint you people at the DA because you're doing well. But just few days ago, we started seeing pictures, video from Mountain Quali with a pickup, alleging that pickup was given to the acting ORC by Leroy Harris, who happened to be one of the suspects in the whole $317 million drugs case, the CEO of a private bar entertainment center. And that videos took over social media and it got the entire country attention that the institution that responds to fight drugs could not be receiving gift from a drugs dealer, because the drugs that you're fighting, the paper you are using is a proceed from the drugs.
Let me cut you 1 minute, George. Let me cut you 1 minute. Has it been established that Leroy is a drugs dealer, the CEO of a private bar?
Yes.
Okay.
It was pronounced at the Ministry of Information by Chebelime Pia, the Minister of Information, that he was being charged for. Yes, a charge. At
that time they were saying alleged. So
yeah, but the Minister of Information said the man was being charged for possession of illegal possession of drugs, importation of drugs, and distribution of drugs. That is the charge they're charging. So it means it is established that he. So such a person gave him pickup as a gift to Biago, who is responsible to fight drugs. A compromise the fight against drugs because the proceeds for that.
Serious Abra.
But when I saw that post, I definitely reached. For me, I let a hear from the horse's own mouth. I reached out to Biago, and Biago said that at no time he ever received pickup, at no time he ever received gift or received any favor for any drug dealer. He said that information about him is not true. Up to yesterday, I was in conversation with him. I spoke with him. He stays there. He's not in no anything of such. So the head of the DA saying that this pickup in question was never given to him. He had never received pickup. He had never received any gift from anybody. But The pickup
Uh,
they have been
okay.
displayed on the social media in a video of him using this pickup. This same pickup was used by him to go to CO. This same pickup was used by him to go to Margibi to the DA headquarters there for inspection. This same pickup was found within the convoy of the
Yes.
LDA when we were going to go to carry them to
Yeah, I
go
saw it
bring the
myself. I
drugs.
saw it myself.
So then the question is, who owns the pickup? Because the pickup have been following all of the DA operations. But the institution here is saying no, he's not in the know, he's not in the know of it, he never received pickup from anybody. Then who owned this pickup? But he has said that he submitting himself to the investigative body, and in the subsequent time, the truth will be told, and Liberian people will know the real truth. So it left
Okay.
with him, and therefore he stepped aside. He did a very professional job by stepping aside. That is what responsible people will always do. Whenever there's an allegation against you, they will always go to recuse yourself and then submit yourself to investigation, and that's what he had done. So the president had given the Minister of Justice 48 hours to carry on that investigation and submit finding a recommendation to the office of the president. So we look forward, in seeing how that whole thing going to end. But Biako is saying that he's innocent and he's staying by his statement. Even before, right after that Minister of Justice stuff, he said he should statement that he's innocent. So an accused under the law remain innocent until proven guilty. So let's give
Yeah,
him
that's
the
true.
benefit
That's
of
true.
the doubt, and rather than just saying things about him, lashing, saying all kind of things, because it's possible that he could go to the investigation and the investigation say no, that there was no evidence to link the man to the pickup, or he go to court and the court say there's no evidence, the man is free. So I mean, what become of you who had dragged this man character in the mud? So sometimes let them take it easy and allow the expert to do their job.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. For me, before going to check on, I really wanna if we have any footages of Biako in a pickup, right? In a pickup, or maybe or just be as a security car. And that's but we'll still discuss this issue. Check on you.
You
You
come
are
in
the youth
broken.
leader for Chogon. We'll reach to you. We hope to see statement from you. As a youth leader of many political institutions on one single umbrella. What do you make of President Barker's statement today calling for the 8-hour investigation? Before even that, before even Chogon come out to say something, just just in a space of 5 minutes, 5 minutes ago, just in a space of 5 minutes, another judge suspect were arrested in Mike Ivy County. A 22-year-old girl was arrested. Her name is Esther Johnson. The worth of drug is 12,000 Liberian dollar and $63 US. She was just arrested and she has been taken over. This is Esther. While we're just discussing, this is Esther. She has been arrested again. So in the as of Biago, the team is still trying to first judge. So Chokon, you as a youth leader, what do you have to say of the current issue in Liberia, the issue of drugs and President Barker's statement today, giving 48-hour ultimatum to conduct an investigation on Biako? You had to unmute yourself, unmute yourself. Chokon, are you good? Unmute yourself. Yes, there's a little microphone there. You just have to press it, and then it will unmute you. Yeah. Okay, you're good. You're good.
Hi there. Hello? You guys are getting me?
I'm getting you, Chogon.
All right, thank you.
I think I think Chogo is having internet issue, but we hope to get him back. he will have to give some statement on this as it relates to that. He will have to do one or two things concerning this. So, George, let be very honest here. Let be very honest. Um, Biago as a ORC or Labrador Just Enforcement Agency. To be very honest with you, he actually never did well for himself, his family, and his own integrity. To be very honest with you, you have a president
That's
that is
it.
very serious, that is very robust in terms of the fraud of justice, and then you allow yourself to be used. You allow yourself to be on the picture. You are a wolf in sheep clothing. To be very honest with you, because you cannot be the head of just of LDA, Labrador Just Enforcement Agency, and then you are receiving bribe because you try to bring the government to public ridicule. To be very honest, you saw pregnancy here on Spoon even discussing Paribas. Now the government of Liberia have closed Paribas. Now there's no other way people can discuss Paribas. There's no other way people can bomb off the government. There's no other way people can say, oh, the government is in business with Lira and Paribas. So now the government is trying to ensure that every loophole, every loop corner is arrested or given attention to or have been checkmated. Then you, as the head of Liberia Just Enforcement Agency, you are receiving bribe. No, to be very honest with you, it takes you 1,000 years to build a corridor. It takes you just one day to destroy that corridor. So for me, to be very honest with you, I think if the investigation is conducted and then, to be very honest with you, when he is uh, 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 in a red line, when he has been investigated, he is found guilty of that act. Honestly speaking, I think Sobi will be a next home because it is a damage to the society. It is a damage to even our generation to come. You cannot be the head of an institution that is
Exactly.
very
That
critical
was
now that all eyes are on. Then you try to damage or diminish the credibility and the character of that of your own institution that you're heading. No, for me, I think the president is very, very right. Yes, at first I had issue with the president. The 48 hour is very short, but for now, I believe that the 48 hour is very important for the president to do this. So, I want to get your view on this. The MDR. I know most of you are not from the MDR, but it is a national issue. It is of national concern. The MDR. There is a threat within the MDR. I tried reaching out to the new vice chair of political affairs, Bangura, and we were getting here hopefully maybe Saturday, based on your own schedule because Bangura is very busy. And to be very honest and sincere with you, there's a statement that Choko the MDR that brought in Senator Samuel Koga. They want to investigate Senator Samuel Koga, where he appeared at OKFM. Some have been criticizing Samuel Koga as somebody who is very ambitious for power. He is very greedy and he wants to take power at all costs. He is in no competition with the current Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn. And Koga actual war was if Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn continued the Vice Presidency, Nima benefits. If I become Vice President too, Nima also benefit. And Mr. Cummings has reached out to me and asked me to join all of the political tour, and all the political parties are coming to me that they want to get me a vice senator. And when the time reaches, I will walk to Vice President Jeremiah Kunhos and inform him that I'm going to a vice senator to so political party. I will also go to the people of Nima and tell them that I also want to be vice president and they will support me. So the MDR say the statement is divisive. The MDR is saying that the statement does seem match their integrity as an institution. The MDR is saying that they have issues with Samuel Koga. I'm not in the MDR, but we can just have a discussion on this before we go to the end of the show. What do you make of Samuel Koga's statement? Is it that Samuel Koga want to fight their Macron? Is it that Samuel Koga also fighting for his own political recognition? Is it that Samuel Koga has the ambition, or Samuel Koga is so desperately in need of vice presidency? Because I know it is a fundamental right, to be very honest with you. It is a fundamental right. But at this point in time, they are speaking of Nima unity. They are speaking of Nima unity. What do you make of Samuel Koga fight with the vice president? And all what is happening, I'm not hearing anything from the vice president. Winston, let me hear from you first. Yeah, Winston, we want to hear from you first. You have to unmute yourself.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were asking Josh. That's why.
Yeah, just yeah, Joshua
Am
coming
I
right.
clear?
Yeah, yeah, yes, for you.
Am I clear? All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, clear.
With the issue of MDR, I think Senator Koga and that of the Vice President Jeremiah Kwankun are just that entire issue is not about party or party constitution. It is about power struggle. So when I hear people bringing party constitution in the process, I guess it's just a kind of political strategy to use in order to fight one person. That's it. But it is about power struggle between Jeremiah Kwankun and that of Senator Samuel Koga. That's the struggle. And to admit, I listened to Senator Koga and he explained because people have been arguing that this guy is not the let's say the quote unquote godfather of Nima. He doesn't have the authority and blah blah blah. But he explained to us how he got that particular title from the others. This is not something that he went to election, he contested for them to vote for him. It's something that he sat, they invited him and conferred it to him. The others did all the background investigation and came out to a conclusion that he was the only person in line that they would give it to based on tradition. So it was a traditional power that they gave to him, the gavel of authority that they gave to some Senator Koga as godfather. It was traditional. It was not something based on you know the popular mandate. But again, we will say popular mandate because those traditional leaders who got together and made that decision came from various regions who have population and they head those populations traditionally. If you see Nima County is a traditional county. Lofa is a traditional county. There are just some counties that you can't play with their tradition, so they follow it. And Senator Koga made it clear to how he got it. So to at this point to want to make us understand that oh yes, Senator Koga is breaching party constitution and they investigating him. We already know. You want me to tell you the outcome of that investigation? I will tell you before time. Even though people say when you do it, you are prejudicing the case or whatever it is. But let me just tell you, Koga is guilty.
Are you speculating? Are you speculating, or are you
No, that's the
assuming?
fact that the result that will come out. No other result is coming out besides Koga is guilty because it is a political investigation. And that particular
But
committee set up is not neutral. There is a party that most of the hierarchy, most of them, Liberia, the society is poverty driven.
Wilson, I want to ask you one question quickly.
Yes,
I want to ask you one question quickly.
yes,
Very quickly.
yes.
You cannot be a staunch member of the political institution that have different political ideology, that have different political manifesto, that has different political vision and mission, that is contrary from the ANC, from other political institutions, and you preside over that institution. The institution make you a senator in Nima County, and then you are telling the institution that where ANC and MDR doesn't have any political alignment, they doesn't have any political marriage between them. You are speaking
Mhm.
openly on an open platform without even a executive committee being a no. That Arizona Cummings have reached out to you, asking you to be on all of the political tour. Don't you feel and believe that is a contradiction from a deviating from your own party line? As a serious leader, you say, I will have to go and consult my committee, my
I
executive
wish I
committees.
wish Trocon George I wish Trocon George was here right now because they are the one trying to form inter-party youth council. That's why I said our political culture. I asked him that question. If the political culture of Liberia permits that, or with regards that particular institution, looking at the political culture, whether they can sustain it, whether they can maintain it. And so the survivability, that's why I asking that question. So I wish you were here. You will answer why the MDR raising issue now with Senator Koga, having tour with Freeman. Let me say with Kumis. Now here is the thing. Senator Koga has already felt threatened in the MDR. He felt threatened already in the MDR.
Finally.
Yes, fine. So you explain better. But Senator Koga already felt threatened in the MDR, right?
Gentlemen,
And
wisdom.
you see that the vice president is fighting Senator Koga. You can see the fight between them in terms of godfathership, because Nima is divided. There are people saying that Senator Koga is not the rightful president. In fact, he's not the godfather of Nima. That debate is on.
Wisdom.
Yes.
We'll get it down. We'll reach that struggling. So then we're gonna ask the host of the legislative dialogue, Mrs. Grant. For me, I call mommy. That's my mom over there. So, gentlemen, let's recognize. We are discussing Senator Koga in the MDR moment. So, do you have
welcome, our mother and Nathan? The reason I say welcome with you is I hope you communicated with the team as it relates to my my request the other time.
I will reacquaint her.
Okay, reacquaint her. Tell her I've been looking up. I've been watching out for that.
I thought you already only your life. Please come here and say one or two.
You guys, we're there behind the scene. The CEO and myself been watching the show. We are really impressed. And also to the organization of the political party youth is very much important. And I just don't want you guys to take it as just mere political group. They should also have the educational aspect that the politicians will not use the young people. After election, they dump them. And the politicians have their children living in the Western world, going to the university school. But when they come in Liberia, or some of them in Liberia, when they want to achieve or accomplish an aim, they use our children. So that
This Ojakone has your voice.
My voice is lower.
Please try to be much audible. You are very low.
It's much better
Please try to be
now.
much audible. Yeah, you are low. Please try to be much audible.
Okay, it's better now.
Okay, yes.
Oh, okay.
A little
just
bit.
I was just saying that I am impressed with the aspect of the inter-political youth, because it will also provide education to our young people that is not about individual, it's about the country. It's not about a political party, it's about the country. And the education will be provided. After election, what? We have post-traumatic syndrome election, that you guys are organized, the inter-political youth will continue to provide education for our young people, that we should not be used by politicians while their children are acquiring better education out of this country. After election, let's come back, let's investigate it, let's calculate as to what next. So I'm really impressed with that group. I hope you guys work hard, that every other political party will be member of that group. The next thing about Samuel Coker and Jeremiah Kuhn. The first thing is the whole tradition was breached when Prince Johnson died. Prince Johnson was a nephew to Samuel Coker. Samuel Coker was an uncle. So I see anywhere in the world why the uncle would jump over the nephew body. Because if you are the uncle, you are the uncle. As big as I am, whenever we go in a gallery and my uncles are there, I fall down under their feet per our tradition. So Samuel Coker was fighting so much to physically jump over Prince Johnson's body, just for all the title of Godfather. I mean, the aspect of Godfather, what really does it entail? You can be Godfather when the people of Nima County don't like you to vote you, they will not vote you. But you can be passing all around acting like a child as a senator. The first thing, I don't know whether he's a watchdog for Jeremiah Kun. Wherever Jeremiah Kun goes and make a statement, Samuel Koka got something to say. When they went to the Quadina University graduation, when Jeremiah Kun made that commitment, he went for his daughter graduation. He said that he focused on his daughter graduation. He had a gust to come out to condemn or to say something negative about the commitment that Jeremiah Kun made to the university. That was so wrong. Samuel Koka is plenty years older than Jeremiah Kun in age. In politics, Jeremiah Kun may be older than Samuel Koka, but in age, I said in older than Jeremiah Kun. And Samuel Koka, they were ever since Samuel Koka, we start hearing about them. So he can't just go, he can't just be going all over the place, going to all the radio station, wherever you go, the bar, need is in your interview. That shows that you are really greedy for power. And he not even, the only time I stand corrected, I ever heard Jeremiah Kun mention Samuel Koka's name was, whatever Samuel Koka does, he's my brother, and he decides to run for any position today, I will support him. Other than that, Jeremiah Kun, I said anything about Samuel Koka, I have not heard it. So all I'm trying to say is the aspect of Godfather wearing the late senator hat to prove that you are Godfather. Is that what Nima County people looking for? We're looking for the way our country will be developed. So bring chaos in the country. If Jeremiah Kun were not professional and intelligent and start reacting to Samuel Koka. Samuel Koka has his crew. Jeremiah Kun has his crew. You know what we're talking about right now? It's going to be a chaos in Nima County. You can't rather you condemn Kwame Apegono, who is a superintendent for the country. Everything our Logan does, I'm sorry for calling her Logan. Everything she does, you have issue with it. I mean, if you want to be Godfather, bring the attitude of Godfather on the plate. If you want to be a Godfather, I mean, let your speech, your work, your attribute shows that you are Godfather. You can be self-proclaimed Godfather. I mean, you can't be a Godfather that try to create chaos in the country. It's not a role of a Godfather. So all that nonsensical interview he be having, why is the Jeremiah Kun comes and respond to him? You know what he's talking about right now? Nima County will be in fire. So I mean, my advice to Samuel Koka knows me, I know him. My advice to him as a big brother is he should put professionalism first. And start going to all the backyard interview and with his born name. So the thing is, the culture you're talking about them, and so the culture you're talking about, the tradition you're talking about, that tradition was breached when Samuel Koka, who was a nephew, who was an uncle, drum over his nephew body. Is that what we do in Nima County? Nima County, we the nephews, I'm saying nephew because wherever our mothers are from, we the uncles, we fall under the uncle's feet. The uncle don't fall under the nephew feet. Because he was so wanting the position. He did everything he can. Now you jump over the body. Now you get a senatorial position. Why you fighting the poor boy and not even get your time? He power by you ever say. So you know that my own late contribution, I didn't want to come, but when my brother talk about the culture, the tradition, I can to explain a little bit of the tradition I know.
And before you go, President Pastor, when you saw it, I said, oh, you laughing? You see over there laughing? So, yeah, I will try to read all the messages for you. I will try to read.
You
left. The woman said she support the idea of the Inter-Party Youth Council. It was one thing that really got her attention to come on the show. So we were discussing the issue of the inter-party position when it comes to this political fight between MDR and that the just issue and other stuff. But he left. I sure you're trying to come in and respond, and then you have internet issue. So do you get a response before going to church? Do you get a response?
Yes, so let me briefly go to the inter-party and come to the issue of the MDR as to relate to Samuel Koka. Okay. Because I was in Nima specifically in the Kanto during the youth retreat. I was privileged to be in the the executive committee and have some discussions. But let me deeply go to the inter-party because it is very concerning. So, like I said previously from my injured, the inter-party might seem not to work, but I want to convince everyone here on the platform that the inter-party will work because the inter-party did not work from 2016 up to 2025. They have worked in 2026 when some of us were given privilege to preside away for 6 months to conduct elections. And let me say this clearly, the only youth organizations, the only political youth organization that can provide opportunities for political youth leadership and access opportunity is the Inter-Party Youth Council. And Newton, Winston and that of George. Some of you might have accessed political parties. In Liberia, no political parties is willing to provide opportunity for young political leaders in Liberia. Not the Unity Party, not the CDC, not even my party. But they will allow young people to campaign for them. After the young people got to complete in campaign for them, when they're opportune to take a side, maybe your party support a party and there's a slot given to your party. And now they will bring the elite theory that will be telling you, say, oh, you need to be qualified. But they do not assess opportunity for young people to go for professional studies. That is different from the inter-party. Let me be very clear and consistent. The inter-party is very grateful with Nembo Liberia. Eli is one of the individuals in this country that his ambition and enthusiasm for young people is for the capacity building, so they can be able to provide, they can be able to access opportunity. Not just elite, but let me also come to the Nitori Institute of Multi-Party Democracies. This institution, because Eli is the executive director for NIMO and that of the Nitori Institute of Multi-Democracies. These institutions assess opportunity for young people to navigate and build a capacity. At first, it was just taking anybody from any political party, whether you be a member from political party, and it was not making the train lot of young people. But trust me, the major characters to be trained in political institutions are the youth leadership, the national level, the counties level, and that of the district level. So for the inter-party, we are assessing opportunities. We are the only organization that is providing opportunity up to bachelors and masters for youth leaders. Because tomorrow, if any political institution, or let's say any political party having the opportunity by the majority vote of the people, you might be qualified to work in elections, or let's say you might be qualified to work in the country. But political party is not giving opportunity to young people. They will allow you campaign for them, you go so. Even with the difficulty you face at home, they will never provide opportunity or access opportunity for you. But when you support them, they will call you you say the young man is very strong. They will admire you, they will embrace you. But after they have taken over governance, they bring people who were not on at the front line of the campaign. And that one of the gaps the young people or the inter-party youth councils of Liberia want to close. That's the reason why we in collaboration with institutions outside of Liberia. We are connecting the inter-party. This inter-party, you might hear it today, but trust me, in the next 1 to 6 months, let's say 6 to 1 year, it will be established in other African countries. Because we are having conversation with youth leaders in Senegal. We are having conversation with youth leaders in Chile. We are having conversation with youth leaders in Ghana for the inter-party to be established there. So the Inter-Party is the only organization now that can guarantee political youth leaders. Because political party, normally when you are a young people, when you are a young man in your political party and you become ideological and allow yourself to not be news, it means we take this, you will always receive fuel from your party executives. Because they see young people in this country as the only means to news them. And when they want to news you, it means they will create an avenue or a space for them to fire you. That's the reason why in the establishment of the Inter-Party Youth Council, all former youth leaders are directly members of the advisory board. The lack of Koji, the lack of Amos, the lack of the other company who accept as youth leaders, they are ascended to the advisory board so they can give their expertise and their experience that they have in the various political party that they serve. So the Inter-Party is not an organization that people will overlook. We will correct the ills in society, and we have reached to the point where we have recognized that the young people constitute the higher majority. We can constitute the higher majority, do not influence decision. What kind of young people are we? That's the debate on the table of the Inter-Party. Is the only Inter-Party, I'm telling you, the Inter-Party, sooner or later, we will still come out on the same platform and tell you, say, 20% or 30% youth chair have had the opportunity to go to China to go for the bachelor degree. Somebody had the opportunity to go for the master degree. Somebody had the opportunity to do an online course. Somebody had the opportunity to go do professional to get certificate, advanced certificate, diploma, so they can be able to work in the professional space. Political parties should be assessing opportunity for those young people, but they are not. That's the reason why when we gather ourselves together constitutionally, and as an institution, it gave pride to the international community. That's the reason why you see Nemo today is working with us. Our first project, it was from Nemo. It was Nemo who see the Inter-Party to not just be an organization that would just be attending meetings. Because we started from 26, but it's our first project that we came to work about Nemo Liberia. And the executive director is Eli. Eli chose the Inter-Party to allow them to undertake a project. And that project, it is a team's project where even the EU and other international partners make input to how to deal with the proposed law. And the reason why that Inter-Party was established, similarly, like I said, and when I'm not trying
I think Chokon George is in gear to ready as lambast on the Inter-Party and other stuff. It is good. It is good. The Inter-Party idea is good. I remember during the 2017 election, they have a fly trying to bring in the same idea in order to allow political leaders. I think Winston, you witnessed that political leaders will sign a memorandum of understanding that they will maintain the peace, the stability. They will try to prioritize young people within the governance space and other stuff. But now Chokon is coming up with a very brilliant and fresh idea. I have been working with Chokon for a very long period of time. Like I said, we have worked together for a very long period of time again. So our one person who was kind of like involved with the beginning of this Inter-Party activities, and I understand some basic scenarios, some basic genesis, some of the nitty-gritties that happening within the Inter-Party, but we wouldn't want to say but Chokon, just to conclude because it went off. Just quickly
so
weigh on this issue of just quickly weigh on the issue of Kugad and
am I there?
Yeah, you're there. We got you. We got you, but later on you have some technical issues. So just quickly weigh on the issue of the MDR and that of Kugad.
the inter-party, yeah, the is the inter-party is having conversations
I think Choco is having network issue.
Yeah,
I
you were
don't know
saying come
what
on
issue.
with Interparty. We
Yeah,
getting
but because you
yeah,
need to tell him that we can't take up all the time to discuss the interparty.
yeah, yeah,
Especially
yeah.
when there are other issues.
Yeah,
so
just yeah, quickly
so
weigh
like I
on
said, let
Koga
me
issue.
dive a little bit into Samuel Coca issue.
Okay. Uh,
So I was opportune by the MDR National Youth Leadership, the NEC of the National Youth Leadership of the MDR. As head of the Inter-Party Youth Council and chairperson of the United Party Youth Alliance, I was invited for the youth retreat in Kanta.
okay. When you I think a network issue.
As
Yeah.
yeah, I saw the
Well,
power struggle and the decision. For me, I want to channel the decisions of the youth league. The
yes.
decisions of the youth league in Kanta was
Chogon, when you come, you have to mute yourself. We're waiting with Winston on this issue. Chogon, your network is bad
I
and
think Winston is
it
online.
is kind of like cracking in.
Yeah, the network.
Yeah, I think. But you can do it in 1 minute time, please, because your network is very bad. Just waiting quickly.
I want to get my experience. Yeah, I want to get my experience in Nima as it relates to Koga issue.
Okay, go ahead. Struggle, yeah. Yeah, the network is bad for you. So we are sorry. We cannot continue with you. We are sorry. The network is very bad. So Winston, Choco, just hold on a bit. You when you get good, we'll bring it back on the show. So Winston, um, you were saying something about Nima tradition, and we are very clear about the Nima folk tradition. Myself on Nima, so I think the tradition there is very clear. We are not prepared. And I think Nimadians, not Nimadians, but Nimayans are not prepared to divide Nima. I think the issue with Koga and the vice president will be settled. I believe that there is no major issue that they have, and I think Koga is just somebody that need to be very very grateful to the vice president because I either been the vice president to do Koga couldn't have even excelled to the level of senator because you saw all of the political fight that were in Nimad where Ibe Gonglo were openly accused the vice president of giving his vice presidency office to go and campaign against her in Nimad. So I think the vice president was very down to Koga in terms of making senator in Nimad. You saw or even Yan trying to defeat Koga in the elections massively. They defeated him. Uh, in any given election fair where the vice president is not even involved, there's no way possible Yan trying to defeat Ide Gongwe in any given election. I'm very clear about this. But with the coming in with the presence of Vice President Jeremiah Kun, you saw how Koga election was very tight. Even with the coming of the Vice President, you saw how Koga election was very tight in Nima. At the end of the day, Koga became the senator of Nima County. So I think we have to give him credit. But before we take your party comment, Winston, we have other people who are following us here. We have Frankie Kemuka say I'm following you guys. We have Jeff Samuel say good evening guys. Thanks for the show. We have Autumn Dix. Autumn Dix is saying thanks for sharing. We have Jackson W. William Jian is also following religiously from Wilhelmina Village, Southside, what kind of comedian? Happer. Oh, he from Wayne, Maryland County. So, guys, hopefully next week we'll have a line here to call because a lot of people want to making their points. A lot of people want to be here on the platform now. So, we'll have a phone here. Hopefully by next week we have over 500% viewing this platform tonight. We have over 38% sharing it. So, thanks be to God, we are gradually going forward. And I want to open it say to everybody, Winston have agreed honestly to be one of our panelists on the show. Maybe with Winston having to upgrade his own platform to this, will also be one of the panelists as well. We'll reach out to Chokon George, the interparty man, if he can also be as one of our panelists. George, I also agreed to be one of our panelists on this platform. So we are about to make the Central Communication Network very active and very proactive to everybody. Like I said, we'll ensure that even if that WhatsApp line will be available next week, we'll try our possible best to ensure that many people want to call on the show to get a view, many people want to have to say, many people want to have one or two things to contribute to the conversation, Winston. So I think we'll have to try our ultimate best to ensure that we have a local line, we'll have a WhatsApp line here so that people can call in, ask one or two questions. It will also spice the conversation up. So again, I want to read echo this to you. Last week, I think I echoed this to you. On November 30th will be our first anniversary, and we will invite a lot of media institutions. Winston, you'll also be there. You will play for Central TV because we'll have a sport match. You will play for Central TV on that day, and we'll be playing out of OKFN, Prime FM, School FM. We'll also have preparation that will be made. We'll have that. We'll also have one or two parade trying to spice all the publicity, informing Liberia that Central Communication Network is coming to take over and other stuff. So Winston will be with us. Chokon George, you are also invited to our anniversary. It will be on the 30th of this month. And we'll also reach out to you officially to be one of the panelists here because we will have other politicians coming. You will have to ask all of the difficult, the toughest question to them to ensure that how the young people can be in the making, how the young people can have a space in terms of governance. So your angle is independent. We agree with you, but we will reach out to you officially to be one of our panelists where we can share ideas, where you can talk to the young people. A lot of people say they are following you. Like I said, we have 509 viewers now. We have 38% sharing it. Somebody said, I'm following Chokon George. So after this show, you can go and read your comments, whether you deliver well. But from my own perspective, you are very clear. You are very emphatic about your conversation. You are very much unique in terms of your presentation as well to me. I don't have to praise Winston because Winston has always been clear. Winston has always been making out in terms of decision making and other stuff. They say I'm a former United partisan. Who made you former? Who made you former United partisan, Winston? You can now view from you stick over your party. Yeah, Winston, I didn't see you on the December 6th program. Why? You still former?
I say I'm neutral.
Oh, you neutral. So
Politically, I'm
Jagan, I think
neutral.
you good now. Just conclude on your cover issue. John Wilson will conclude. Call it a day.
In my mind, Koga had a little bit messed up because
Okay.
when you are a national leader, let me tell you something better. There are three arms of every political parties. You don't force yourself to a position. The youth league, the women assembly, and that are the party mainstream. The youth league, there's a people respect Koga as a senator, but there are issues within the party in which the party need to address. But brothers, all of us must understand politics. When you read the 33 strategies of a war, it will tell you to select your battle. In order for a lot of power. When your ambitions are being seen too quick, it can be quenched. Koga is a very good species, but in my mind, in proceeding, you have to proceed rightly. Because when you go, let me tell you something. There is the reason why the MDR as a political party. Now, why I said the one time in my expose with the youth retreat, that the MDR is almost serving as an electoral college to the boiling politics of our country. The India are only looking for one opportunity. One is to align with the CDC. Two is to align with the Unity Party. Because the CDC and the Unity Party after the war have been the only political party that have the people to show the numbers. So the MDR and none of the Liberty Party are all being pari passu. But MDR also making the final decisions as a relate to who become the next president of the country. So in that light, when you go in as a senator, you must first understand the rankings of the party and find means to mitigate it. But when you carry your intellectual and fearless powers, it means you create fear. It means that only one thing will happen. There will be a robust statement from the youth league to punch you down. And there will be a robust statement from the executive leadership to punch you down. Now, you will not just come and force godfathership on them, but your workings with them will prove your humanity and your ideological and political party understanding towards the survivability of the party before they can give you the position. So when you're not careful, it will become an issue. So I told them this going down in the youth retreat. The youth league must be the last person to speak. Let the youth league call Senator Koga, who is an elder, and then they call the vice president. Then they have the discussion. Because nowhere that you will go in MDR you want to denigrate the sacredness and the sponsorship or the contribution of the vice president. It means you're not getting anything right, because this vice president, this government, President Bouaka, have looked at the chairperson of the MDR and gave them position in the labor ministry. The president will not appoint everybody, but you know how many young people have been privileged to sit in there? It must be very realistic. The reward of political benefits is not in heaven, it's on earth. There are challenges in all political parties, but the stem of Koga is unique, for his proceeding become dangerous towards the survivability of the party. And that's the reason why you see there will be too much back and forth. I told Koga, I said, when you are a water, the youth league or the party executive are the drainage. Because only the drainage that can control the water when they are flowing. Anytime the water flow beyond the drainage, it means it go out of control. It means definitely the drainage cannot protect you. That means you'll just be flowing in the corridor without.
Okay, okay. The man is speaking for the angle of the of the youth leader. So we get your point. We Chukon, we get your point. You will come back. You will come back next week. Saturday to conclude, and to deduce your argument.
Into the party, it means there will be two sides of the party, and when there are two sides of the party, it means there will be a serious disaster towards the 2029 elections. So the youth need to study the issue and play a mitigator role. Now, because Koga is a senator, but we must respect his constituents. We agree that the vice president stood in Nima and supporting immensely. But let me get this in my closing statement.
Mm-hmm.
When the Unity Party lost the election in 2017, because there were arguments with the executive of the Unity Party. When the Unity Party lost the election in 2017, by then we had the chairman was Raymond Pay. Raymond Pay was very robust as it relates to the Madame Stem in 2017, because she was playing the long postponed diplomacy unless she supporting the party from the surface, but internally she was supporting a development political party to not mess Bouaka. And she told us publicly that the same way she suffered for the presidency, she will support Bouaka, but Bouaka will suffer like her. So, in that level, we must took a decision to expel the madam. I can remember by then when I was privileged serving as the Secretary General of District Number 10 in the Unity Party Youth League. or the Youth Congress, or 83-year-old man came from Lofa County. That's why he said to her in our court, he said, whenever you take a man from down the line, you give him power and you give him money, you must hold him like a green snake. You must hold him like a snake. Don't fry him with bust leg. And because it was a decision back then that what made United Party lost the election in 2017. But when you see the reverse and the wisdoms of Bwaga, when you are coming back, at the end of the day, Bwaga said, no matter what being and work with anybody, even if it wasn't the war with the devil for him to win election, you win election. Because when you win election, you mean at the position, you will exercise leadership. So I am saying there to Senator Koga, when you run more than your ambition or your shadow, it means you are exposed yourself and your idea, your ideology to the public. Because in this country, plenty of people want to kill the ambitions of progressive young people, whether young or old, because the old order are still around. So Koga must take time. There are features. Koga still has a great and outstanding features in the MDR. Because Koga time will be expired in 2032. So the possibility of Koga even raising the issue of vice president is not still over. But it's too early for the pronouncement. And I don't know how he pronounced it, but I believe the youth league, with the conversation we're having with the youth leadership, I believe they will mitigate it and that the crisis will not escalate. Because when it escalates, it will cause division. And when it begins to cause division, the vibrancies and the base of Jerry will be shaken. So I want to stop at that point and say the Inter-Party welcomes the platform and we will accept the invitation for us to be there. But trust me, your expertise and your recommendation towards the Inter-Party Youth Council of the Republic of Liberia to strengthen them, we will hardly take it into consideration because we are now a young people of multiple ideas. We consider it and share ideas with other people that the Inter-Party will not just be looked at as just a mere organization, but an organization of young political leaders that will shift public policies and provide and strengthen the governing systems of our country, not just dealing with government, but providing solutions towards the concerns and all of the obstacles that we face in the country. So as it relates to the jobs, we have already set up a committee that is investigating that matter and will be coming to us and will be having a public statement giving a facts, a fast analysis as to relates to this. But we appreciate the president for the step he's taking, but we don't want for the dismissal must be narrow. They should be sent directly to court, and once they go to court, they must be jailed for it because if many of the president there, dismissal, we have a little bit issue around it. When you dismiss somebody, you must tell the public why you dismiss them. Because when you keep them safe for administrative reason, tomorrow they will come again to occupy a public position, and they will be able to defend it there. So you have to clear the roadmap that the new breed of young political leaders will see that as a caveat. So when they get into governments, so they'll be able to lead according to the policies that were organized by that particular entity or the organization. So thank you very much for this.
Okay, Chokon, thank you so much. Before you go, we will also take a party comment from Winston. So Chokon, like I said previously, we will have a meeting with our CEO and our team to confirm your being here as one of the panelists, and we'll reach out to you officially once we get a green light from the CEO and our country representative, Sis Vivian. Then we'll reach out to you officially to get you on the show as one of our panelists. Winston is also in this spotlight of being our panelist here. He is always here and he has always been here. So Winston, we'll take a party comment and we'll call it a day.
Okay, quickly to conclude, let me start with
say a little bit short. Before Winston come out, I want to say something short. Just a second, please.
Yes.
So thank you.
I'm listening.
I also want to use the platform to appreciate the Minister of Youth and Sports. She have vowed to support the young people politically into being for them to be organized So sooner or later we'll be inviting, the Sandra Network to the official office of the Inter-Party Youth Council, because she took that initiative to to make sure that the institution be strengthened and help us to pay for at least for a year. And now we will also lobby all our international partner to have an area where all of you can come, where computer will be there for young people to do their research on something. So we want to say thank you. Let me send this to her and say congratulations. And we await her workings. But why should we await her working? We can also critique her as it relates to her functions when it comes to the youth and school. So we'll be very
Still
objective
unfair.
in working with us. So thank you
Hold
very
on, man. It's
much.
still unfair.
Yes,
Quickly.
quickly to conclude, I think for me, from all indication, I hope the Inter-Party Youth Council will not be a Unity Party Youth or a Rescue Mission Youth Council. I just hope that it shouldn't go that direction. Giving the
Never.
giving the ground on which it is being established, especially the first.
Supporting it is
Yeah,
there.
yeah, of course. Obviously, I will raise that issue. And the next thing is concerning this Inter-Party Youth Council. Because I know
There's a problem.
you
There's
guys are not doing justice.
So she
No,
You guys
there's
are
a
not doing
problem.
justice.
Let me clear
And
that
listen
out.
to Chogo for over an hour here. Chogo,
Yeah,
and listen
Winston,
to
let me
him for
clear
over
that
an
out.
hour.
I don't know why you leave that into
So why
public
are you
space.
controlling the interfere just for me to
No,
give
I
party
want to clear
statement
the
before
gap.
you
Please permit me,
interfere?
Winston. Winston, please
No, I'll
permit
keep
me.
permitting you. Say you wanted to sleep there.
I want to clear
Only
that gap.
for
I want to
why
clear
you
that
want
gap.
to say that you did not say in more than 2-3 hours time?
No, your statement, your
Winston.
TC statement allow me to clear some reservation,
What
please.
is there party comment? This is
Yeah, I
party comment,
agree.
right?
But there's a
And
space
he has
where we
already
be able to
made
speak. I
a
want to
close
clear that.
Nathan, you're not doing me justice. This man has started, he has already said goodbye to the audience.
I think there are a lot of people
For
who are
you,
following us. Following that.
Winston,
I want to clear that.
Winston, you
I want
cannot
to
throw
clear
bomb.
that.
You cannot throw bomb and create an environment where it will
I want to clear that
appear
down.
like your
okay, I want you to know, I want you to remember this, that I have not even started my party comment. I only made
No,
you,
Winston, your
I only
statement is
give
a
you
deep
one.
one.
That is a complete sentence
Winston,
you
I
cut
want to
me
give you
off.
10 seconds. 10 seconds,
Okay,
15 seconds. I want to clear that
Okay,
down.
so,
Thank you.
so,
The Inter-Party Youth Council is not controlled by the Unity Party. Let me dismiss that from the public space. That's
All right,
number
go
one.
ahead.
If the Inter-Party were controlled by the youth and by the Unity Party, the UDA that were called upon by the National Youth League of the Unity Party were inspired by, like Kenya, when the president went there. You are coming to see the presence of the Inter-Party Youth Council. I want to dismiss it because this one of the arguments that few youth leaders in various political parties raising. We want to say they clear without fear and favor. The Inter-Party is not an auxiliary to Unity Party. The Inter-Party play a policy role. Whosoever become president of the country, the Inter-Party will work with you and we will critique you and we will also provide solution towards it. So thank you.
all right. So until we can see the Inter-Party Youth Council coming strongly against the government when they go wrong, and until we can see the independence of the Inter-Youth, because I first wanted to raise the issue of how many major political opposition parties signed this agreement. Is the CDC youth chairperson part of this particular agreement?
The DDC.
That's one thing. Because in Liberia, right now in Liberia, you cannot have any perfect opposition cooperation without the presence of the CDC, and you say you have opposition cooperation. Because the CDC is the biggest and major opposition political party present in the country. So if they are not part, and you have group of political parties who pledge support to the ruling party during the election. That's why I said I hope it is not a rescue mission youth congress or a rescue mission youth council. That's why I raised that issue. But we don't want to pray that We just hope and pray that the youth council be established to be a path, and our political culture will permit, because I know every political institution has their own policy. They have their own, rules and regulations. They have their mantra. They have their manifestos. Now, if every youth leader represents their political party, and they have to obey the mantra and manifestos of their political party. So, coming from diverse background with different manifestos and holding together politically in the country is it will be a bit difficult. That's what I'm saying. What if today or tomorrow, conflict of interest? What if today or tomorrow that your political party is taking a stand that probably the rest of the parties are not in favor of, and you are under the obligation to obey the rules and regulations of your party? What do you do? So then, if you hear me asking the question, if you hear me asking you the question whether you guys can sustain this particular institution, looking at our political culture, seeing the fact that everybody have their own criminal to protect, seeing the fact that everybody have their own government to protect even when they go wrong, and coming together from diverse background, because it is not yet tested. If I talk about the CDC, it's not yet tested until you have the CDC leadership included, until you have the CDC leadership agreeing to a particular position that goes against their party, until you can have the youth leadership from the Unity Party agreeing to a particular position that goes against the government or that goes against the Unity Party. That's why I said we are watching, and we hope and pray that it will be better and it will end well for us. We are all young people. We're pushing for the best. Now, with the issue of the DEA, I want to commend the president so far for steps taken.
Before you move forward, I want to say to you today, the CDC is a part, the Unity Party is a part. So I don't want you to say the CDC is now a part. Let me clear that airway, please. Thank you.
Fine. So it was just a question, and I'm saying we're still watching to see the CDC accepting largest coming from the Inter-Party Youth Council to their party. We're also watching to see the youth leadership from the Unity Party watching that particular body to latch at the government or at the Unity Party for actions that are not in the interest of it. So when that starts to happen, then we know that we are on path. Because I know every political institution, the youth leadership of that political institution are under the obligation to obey the rules and regulations of that particular party. So anything that goes contrary to the political party, yes.
Wisdom.
So
You already followed what Chogon said. Chogon, come in 1 minute, please. You already followed what Chogon said previously on the same show that the president, he commended the president for ordering for the 8-hour investigation, and he hope and pray that as still in capacity, he hope and pray that it should not just be a mere investigation that he having issue with President Bouaga, because he has just been suspending people without any investigation, without any action. That he said that the president should be able to look into the matter, won't find guilty, the person should be prosecuted. So you can be saying, I hope that a career of ambiguity in it. It may even say
that my brother, this is not a holistic position for an statement, right? It's not a holistic position. I'm talking about the Inter-Party Youth Council meeting and having a press conference. You understand? Then we know it is official and holistic. Now when he comes to a talk show and he pushing, it came at sometimes they question the vice president and he says some things from his own perspective.
His statement is not guaranteed.
Yes. Until holistic, we can see officially rating.
Wisdom, I don't know whether you following the Inter-Party. Let me say this very clear for the record. The Inter-Party is...
I follow the media. I'm not following the Inter-Party, but I follow the media, so I know when there's any major press conference, I will see it in the media.
Please follow the Inter-Party. Let me say this. Whenever the Inter-Party want to take up decisions, the decisions are not about the chairpersons. Let me say this. Follow the CMC. The other day we had a meeting. It was to the CMC party headquarters. We had a meeting. We came up with a definite statement for it to be made. Is the CMC is not part of the opposition? The other time, let me say this again. The issue of move. Is moving also not part of the opposition? So let me say this. Why is
my brother, for us, for some of us, we don't just see these things from the surface and say yes to it until we see it. You told me from the beginning.
You see evidence.
I want to listen.
When the president come, will share with you.
Winston, I want you to listen, please. Let me say the very for the records. Let me say this for the record. You know, this is one of the points, and I'm going to appreciate you as a political analyst. You know, this show is very unique. I must appreciate you because this is one of the doubts that people have over the Inter-Party Youth Council when it comes to the functioning. But we want to say clear on the show that the Inter-Party is not a revolutionary or not a combative organization to governance. If you want to be revolutionary and combative, every political party has their own manifesto in how they can engage. But based on the uniqueness of the Inter-Party, because even when the Inter-Party having discussion, you will see the CDC dealing with Unity Party. You will see the Unity Party dealing with CMC. You will see the CMC dealing with different parties. No, but I want to tell you a uniqueness because this is the theory. Yeah, this is the theory where people have taken to the international community that young political leaders know where they can come under one umbrella to seek and common interest of the young people when it comes to governance. This is the theory. And this theory we want to dismiss it and dismiss it to the court. We clear in our statement. We will support policy issue and recommendation to governance. Today, or even today is Bwaka. Tomorrow will be the CDC. If CDC comes to power, we will tell you this is our stand and we made a recommendation. That's the reason why the uniqueness of the Inter-Party Youth Council is before any statement comes on Inter-Party Youth Council, it means the advisory board of the Inter-Party Youth Council more assess on that particular board. You have member of the CDC. On that particular board, you got member of the Unity Party. Because you know what? No youth leader can ever fight the Inter-Party Youth Council. Because you don't know your political future. Because only the Inter-Party Youth Council, they see your working for your objective.
My brother, I think you're taking up all of my time. And it almost that you are the one giving parting comment here. Because each time I start, the both of you caught me off. What's going on? No, this issue of the Inter, I don't think, because I'm seeing some level of intolerance.
Wisdom.
I'm seeing some level of intolerance. So if the Inter-Party acting chairperson right here, it's not even tolerating my view here and cutting me off here on the particular discussion. He's presenting the message of the Inter-Party youth to the audience.
No. Wisdom, you will not psychologize me here. I'm not allowing you to psychologize me.
Because the man is cutting me off and not even allowing me. They don't even control the show because the man must be muted on their feet.
No, I control the show. I'm controlling the show.
And sat here while they are listening to me and he gave a view. He even said Buba to the audience.
I'm defending the character and the credibility of the Inter-Party. You will not turn jazz and lie. There's a couple space.
Come in. I gave you time to make a party.
It should be done with maturity and proper coordination because we have a host who has the right to give you permission to talk. And when somebody is talking, you are not to cut them off. But the both of you are even cutting me off continuously.
No.
If you listen to the moderator say, as soon as you complete, you will conclude. And when you conclude, it means whatsoever you have said on beyond the Inter-Party, remain the public space.
And that's a
Okay,
reason
And
why
come
we
on,
mind
keep
come
you,
on,
already.
you
wait.
have more, you
Come
have
on,
more
Chicken,
of
one
the.
minute.
The most
You have,
Chicken, one
important
minute.
thing.
Come on,
I want
come
to
on,
make you
Chicken,
understand
Chicken,
that
one
you
minute.
have
Chicken, one minute.
more of
Chicken,
wisdom coming out in
Chicken,
the public to
Chicken, one
face.
minute.
I agree.
Okay, okay,
I mean,
okay,
there's a
gentlemen.
reason why we are
So,
prepared to
so
provide
such a,
education.
Gentlemen, listen. Gentlemen, listen. Gentlemen,
uh,
listen. Gentlemen, listen. Gentlemen, listen. Winston, Winston, you have the time to conclude. You started already, and you have to end. Chokon, we don't want any interference. But Winston, one thing I would say that when you had the time to conclude previously, Chokon came me with something like injection, and then you accepted. Chokon said, Winston, I want
yeah,
to clear
then
something in
later
one
when I
minute.
started again, give me again,
Yeah,
call me on without even
and you
asking
also
for
accepted,
permission.
and you said no problem. So you cannot be in a show for giving you off for allowing Chokon to eat out of the time. You had the opportunity and you accepted for
All
Chokon to come
right.
in to make one or two statements. So
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
for the sake of
I just,
transparency, Winston, can you kind of conclude? Chokon, please hold on
all
one
right.
minute.
Let me, and then let me continue. So,
Okay.
like I was saying, it's not just about having meetings from one political party centers to another. For me, I know we reach the point that I'm talking about. This institution has not been tested with any major political issue where they have to make major political decision with the involvement of all parties. We have not seen it, and there's no way I can be just way away from the beginning. Okay, like from the initial stage, I said this is a very good idea. Yes, but its sustainability based on our political culture, and I was just making few analysis with regards to the political culture of the country. So that, and from the initial stage, I raised the issue of political culture. You had the time to respond to it and all this stuff. So it's a deep political culture. I'm just going deep into and making the analysis. So that's why, and this is unprecedented actually. So if it happens, I will be the same individual coming on here to say kudos, to say bravo to the institution, and that's what I look up to. I'm not saying that the institution will not survive. I'm hoping that it survives with all of these circumstances that I just explained here. That's what I'm saying. I hope it will survive with all these circumstances that I was laying down, and I pray for that. You understand? So we should be willing to accept when people are giving the kind of views, because you also know people. You also know that you also be expecting these kinds of obstacles when they come your way. You already expecting it, and so you'll be prepared to face it when it comes. Because I'm very much sure that when election takes place today and CDC wins the election, Unity Party cry foul, or Unity Party wins and CDC cry foul, the Inter-Party Youth Council will want to come in and make statement with regards to that particular issue. And looking at the feelings that both party members or officials share for their political party, I foresee a crash at that point, because those are critical issues. That's why I said the institution has not even been tested. You have not been tested yet. So to conclude on that, we look up for that. We pray for the best, and I wish you guys well. But beware of our political culture. Study it well and find a way out to avoid, said culture crashing the institution at a very, embryonic stage. Now let me go to the issue of the drug saga. I think President Joseph Mabuaga did, well, by relieving or suspending some of those involved from their posts, especially officials. I think he did well in that process with the DEA boss, and I pray that probably if he's not I pray you have a very fair judgment. If he's not guilty, he should have a fair judgment, because honor our jurisprudence. It says the accused is proven guilty, if proven, let me say, is innocent. The accused is innocent until proven guilty beyond all reasonable doubt in a competent court of jurisdiction. That is the adversary system of justice which Liberia practice, and I hope and pray that that will prevail in his case. With MDR case, whatever the party decides, I think it will be, we have no option, we have no, control over that, because
I think Winston Internet is giving some break in. But gentlemen, talk on
Winston,
it is quite an interesting
Winston did
conversation.
that feeling.
No, they're not being I nowhere. I
Winston,
know issue.
Winston did that feeling.
My man, when you have when you're saying when you have issue with your internet, no one said that happening. So that internet issue, Winston live all the way Boston, I can understand.
I did
I
that
can understand.
finish and I reach out. So Winston did that
Don't
feeling.
know Winston come boy. No, but honestly speaking, it is quite interesting. So tonight's show was very much interesting,
So
and it is very
honorable
strong.
host,
Yeah, it's very strong.
honorable
It's very
host.
strong. Free communication, tier of all tiers.
Honorable host, I want to say something before you conclude, because I know when you conclude, we're not talking again.
Yeah,
And
last one, please.
Yeah, thank you. This is a public space, and I believe the globe is following us because we are sending link to some of our partners across the country. Some are in Senegal and some are in other African countries. They're following this particular live. So we tell them about the establishment of the Inter-Party, and I can say it's working in Liberia and working in other African countries. So like I said, our major dream is for it to be established in the 54 countries in Africa. So we can find a continental network that will provide policy towards issues of our various countries and our continent. But Winston said something which I wanted to make that corrections. He said it will be difficult when it reach a certain point in time. I wanted to reference Winston to the 2017 elections, where the late Charles Walker Bronsky took the election directly to court. And, when that process went to court, before the youth league of various political parties, like I said, but then there were just few youth league. There were no major participants of almost all participating. But then those who were serving as youth league chairpersons, they did a significant well. They had a conversation, they viewed the case, and when they were opportune before the late Charles Walker Bronsky and that of the international partners, they make a definite statement. And that definite statement that they made that this information is not sufficient for a re-elections. It means the youth see that particular area to cause for them to allow the country to be as standstills and respect the rules of law because of the late Charles Walker Bronsky going to the rules and not going to the court. And they said it and they make their point. Unity Party were present, CDC were present, other political parties were present. So for you to come on the platform and say you have not happened, you have happened before, but then some of us were not privileged to be serving in the Inter-Party. We were at the level of the districts and or at the level of the counties. So those who are serving as youth leaders in favor of political party, they are connoisseurs of the party manifesto, and they are also technocraft and technicians of our bylaws and constitution and what govern us. So we must find difficulties because for every institutions that are moving, especially youth organization, we must find difficulty. But there is one decision I want to say here that everyone, regardless of the political manifesto they are come away, that the Inter-Party must stay, regardless of our political differences, we must exercise political tolerance and we may engage issue constructively and provide solution. Not just being combative, you just say anything you want to say at any point in time, you don't want to provide solution. When we engage you, we find the fault, we must provide a solution how it can work. That is the role of the Inter-Party, and I believe the international communities is very glad to have this organization because it is their all over dreams that the Inter-Party Youth Council of the Republic of Liberia organized itself. So I wanted to make that clarity. It's just sadly that Winston is not here, but I believe you'll follow the show. And whenever we be given the chance, anytime, maybe if you invite us, it may not be me. It will be about the Secretary General from different political party. It might be the PRO from different political party. It might be any individual from different political party that will come on this show and explain the importance and the workings of the inter-party. Will be very clear because we had a meeting one time with the NEC and the RPCC. Our statement was very clear. So I want to say thank you to all our partners who is fighting for the inter-party to stand, because we are aware of the fight and we are aware of the challenges. But specifically, we want to say thank you to Nimo Labiro, especially Eli, Eli, who is the executive director, and want to say thank you to NIMT, the Netherlands Institute of Multi-Party, who have taken the privilege and opportunity to train more youth leaders into capacity buildings and how to mitigate clashes within the political party. So we want to give thanks and appreciation to these two institutions, the international institution, independently, because they have been independent. We also want to give thanks to the Youth and Sport Minister for her role she played. But we can still critique her because she knows very well that we tell her probably we can critique you, but she got significant interest in youth development. And we will be able to tell our challenges and make recommendations. So I'm very glad I want to make that clarity before we leave this space, because this is a public space. I don't want for Winston as a political analyst to just make statement and go scot-free. So when we were halting the process, we never our message to go clear, because we want to dismiss. We are already dismissing it in the youth league, a very political party that seeing the inter-party youth council as an auxiliary for the unity party. We want to say that we are here in favor. The inter-party is not an auxiliary to the unity party and will never be an auxiliary to the unity party. But we will provide solution to work governance and strengthen our democracies in this country. So thank you for giving us the privilege and thank you for giving me the short time to make that clarity before you can conclude. So thank you, Mr. Nathan Bionga.
Yes, thank you. It is also a privilege to have you here today. It is if I'm no regret. Basically, we are so very excited to have you on the show today. Some of your colleagues are commenting now and say, "One Mohammed Koyo is saying, long live tier of all tier. I hear your message." So I think they are all members of the inter-party. So it's a privilege to have you, and I'm very grateful. I'm so excited. You as a workmate, you are a colleague, long-time colleague, a child friend. You are making some high-level efforts. You are making some progress in your own activities. We are all grateful for the opportunities to have you here today. And like I said, you are following the Central Communication Network. If you want to be a member of this show, you want to join this conversation, reach out to us. We'll contact you, and you will be here in what are the Saturday debate, what are the Tuesday conversation, what are the Wednesday inside Liberia, what are the in our show. We are here Tuesday, we are here Wednesday, we are here on Thursday, we are here Friday. Friday is a youth prime time, bring young people to discuss young people matter and other stuff. Then Saturday we'll close to the leadership dialogue, where is hosted by Mrs. Veronica Grams, and I'm the co-host to her on this platform. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you for following us. Thank you to our CEO, Mr. Sam Grants. Thank you to all of our staff, Leon, Sis Vivian, to see for us, my boy, Megan. Yeah,
So thank you.
Listening to Soundtrack TV with the best in time. Turn up to Soundtrack.